Prince Harry and Prince William remain at the center of one of the most closely watched family rifts in modern royal history, but one question continues to divide royal watchers around the world. If reconciliation is ever going to happen, who should make the first move? That debate has resurfaced once again as many commentators argue that the responsibility now rests with the Duke of Sussex following years of public interviews, documentaries, and the publication of his memoir. It is a conversation that touches on loyalty, privacy, family relationships, and the unique pressures of life inside the British royal family. Over the past several years, Prince Harry has chosen to publicly discuss his experiences within the monarchy through multiple platforms. From televised interviews to documentaries and his memoir, he has shared deeply personal stories about his upbringing, family relationships, and disagreements behind palace walls. Those revelations generated worldwide headlines and sparked intense public discussion. Supporters argued that Harry had every right to tell his own story, while critics believed some of those private family matters should have remained confidential. One of the biggest points of controversy has been the impact those disclosures may have had on Prince William. As the future king, William has maintained a very different public approach. Throughout the years of intense media attention, he has largely avoided responding directly to his brother's public comments. Rather than engaging in a public exchange of accusations, he has continued carrying out royal duties alongside Princess Catherine while focusing on charitable work and constitutional responsibilities. That contrast in communication styles has become a defining feature of the situation. Harry has frequently explained his perspective in public, while William has chosen silence. For many royal observers, that silence represents discipline and restraint. Others believe it reflects a determination to keep deeply personal family matters away from public debate. Either way, William's refusal to publicly criticize his younger brother has become a major part of the ongoing narrative. The publication of Harry's memoir intensified that discussion. The book contained personal accounts involving several members of the royal family, including Prince William. Although the memoir was presented as Harry's own recollection of events, its release inevitably reopened old wounds and generated fresh media coverage around long-standing family tensions. The book became one of the most talked about royal publications in decades, ensuring that the disagreement remained in headlines long after earlier interviews had faded from public attention. For many commentators, rebuilding trust after such public disclosures would be an enormous challenge. Trust within any family is difficult to restore once private conversations become public, but the challenge becomes even greater when those conversations involve one of the world's most famous families. Every statement is examined globally, and every silence becomes a headline of its own. Supporters of Prince William often argue that his decision not to publicly respond has helped prevent the disagreement from escalating further. They point to his continued focus on royal engagements, environmental initiatives, mental health campaigns, and family life as evidence that he has chosen responsibility over public confrontation. Instead of answering criticism with criticism, William has allowed his work to remain at the center of his public image. At the same time, supporters of Prince Harry maintain that he has spoken openly because he believes sharing his experiences is important for his own well-being and for broader conversations about mental health, institutional challenges, and personal healing. They argue that telling his story should not automatically be viewed as an attack but rather as his attempt to explain events from his perspective. That is why opinions remain deeply divided. Depending on which perspective people adopt, Harry is either courageously speaking his truth or unnecessarily extending a family dispute into the public arena. Likewise, William is either admirably exercising restraint or simply choosing not to engage publicly. Both interpretations continue to coexist, ensuring that debate surrounding the brothers remains as active as ever. If reconciliation eventually becomes possible, many experts believe it will almost certainly happen away from television cameras and newspaper headlines. Genuine healing rarely begins with public statements. Instead, it usually starts with private conversations, mutual understanding, and a willingness from everyone involved to rebuild damaged trust over time. The royal family has weathered countless challenges across generations, but this disagreement has become one of its most emotionally significant. Millions of people continue to hope that the brothers who once stood together through some of the most defining moments of their lives might eventually find common ground again. Whether that day comes soon or remains years away is something only those closest to the family can truly answer. For now, Prince William continues to carry out his public responsibilities with little comment about the ongoing situation, while Prince Harry continues building his life in the United States with his own projects and public appearances. Their different paths remain unmistakable, but the world's fascination with whether those paths will cross again shows no sign of fading. The larger question may not simply be who should apologize first. It may be whether enough trust can ever be rebuilt after years of public disagreements and deeply personal revelations. That is the question that continues to capture the attention of royal followers across the globe. Do you believe Prince Harry should be the first to reach out privately to Prince William, or do you think reconciliation requires both brothers to take the first step together? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this balanced royal analysis, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with others who follow the royal family.